Good evening. It's close to 1:30 a.m. here in Palm Beach, Florida. Just finished up with Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny event, day one. We ran for about 15 hours straight, no breaks. It was an absolutely incredible day. And today I'm going to talk about some of these incredible lessons that I learned from this personal growth guru to help you in your life, to help shift your life. And one of the biggest things, one of the core principles of Tony Robbins and his teachings is we can control our lives by controlling the state in which we operate in. That is the core principle of it all. We direct our lives, we perceive our lives in the way that our body is feeling in the state that it's in. And one of the easiest ways to access that state is through physicality, is through how you move your body. So at these events, we're constantly jumping up, dancing, moving around, because any fear, shame, guilt that you have in your body, you can move out of it through movement, through energy, through moving your physicality. So a lot of what we did today was dance, move. So that was a great lesson today and a great reminder for me to consistently move. I already have good habits where I run 2 miles every single day. And that I've noticed that has such a beautiful effect on my state, on my mental health, that gets me in the zone. And so for you, just being cognizant of that is one great way to control your mental state, is through your movement. So that's one really cool thing. I've got a whole notebook here of things. So I'm gonna pick a couple random things and talk about them. Yeah. What up, Justin? You want to talk to the camera? Any big takeaways you got from today? Justin,
blaming effectively.
Uh-huh.
So instead of blaming whoever you want to blame for all the shit or whatever you blame them for, you have to blame them for all the good stuff too. So your parents, for example, if you're blaming them for, oh, you made me turn out this way, you weren't around, whatever, you have to blame them for all the amazing stuff they did as well. I thought that was really cool, the way we ended the night.
Why do you have to do that?
Why did I think it was cool?
No, you said you have, so for the audience, right? You're saying, if you blame someone for doing something bad, you have to blame them for the good. Why do you have to blame them for the good? Let's say someone...
I think it just helps you effectively communicate better, and also makes you feel a lot better. Instead of being a victim of circumstance, you can, accept what happened and accept, all this stuff happened to me that I thought was, a reason for whatever's been happened or was happening. But then you have to also look at all the blessings that are in your life as well, also from that situation. If Tony gave the example of his mom beating him and pouring liquid soap down his mouth and not having food when he was a kid, and now he is doing the 100 billion meals challenge, and I'm doing that with him. So if his mom was the perfect mom, he would never be doing this stuff. So he takes that shitty experience and he's it sucked, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because now I'm serving all these people, I'm providing all these meals. So he's looking at it through another lens of, something awesome. And he's grateful for the shitty experience, and he's also grateful through that shitty experience about the man he became and all the cool stuff he's doing. So
yeah,
I just thought it was a cool exercise.
Yeah. Expanding on what Justin just said, a lot of our lives are dictated on our beliefs, right? The story that we tell ourselves about the events that we have in life. And it's so beautiful the way that we look at it. So what Justin was just saying about Tony's upbringing, his mom was an alcoholic and abused prescription pills, and he didn't get the love in the way in which he wanted to receive love. And that ended up basically, and he grew up hungry, right? He didn't get to eat all the meal, they went hungry some nights. And so those challenging situations made him the person that has been so inspired to help other people transform their emotions, because he saw how challenging it was growing up, having a mom that was unstable, that would beat him, that was an alcoholic. And so it's up to us to determine the meaning that we have behind any challenge that comes up in life, any situation, any circumstance. So when you take that into your own hands, you can face anything. I can face anything, knowing that whatever is in front of me has come for a reason and is here to serve me and is here to make the best possible person. So that was incredible. The homework assignment that we have is to, quote unquote, effectively blame the, someone in our life, right? Someone that we had this like story, quote unquote, against, right? And when he talks about effectively blaming, it's like if you had a challenge in that circumstance, you also have to thank that person for the good. Thank that person for whatever good came out of it. And they said to like call that person or like write that person a letter. So I figure for me, because I know that the person will be watching this YouTube video, I might as well do it right now on YouTube. So what came up for me was my mom. I love you. Growing up, my mom would do everything for me. Like she would do my homework, do my projects, and a lot of it came from this place of like fear that like I wasn't gonna succeed. So she would like do these things for me. And at the time I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, sweet, I could get out of my homework. Like my mom's helped me on this. Like I was just like, this is cool. This is great. But then in my like 20s, I actually had some like resentment for it because I felt like inept in a lot of senses. I didn't have like good work ethic. I didn't have like great drive. I feel like I wasn't able to like accomplish tasks and had lower confidence from it. So I started to build this story in my head that like I didn't appreciate, and like what they did, like what my mom did, like disabled me as an adult. And see, any story, like it's crazy to think that like we can create stories like that, or that I can create stories, because we all create these stories. Jessica, can you turn on that light? Because the lighting's not great. That we can create stories like that. So I've already worked a lot on that, but it was a great reminder tonight at the Tony Robbins event. Is like, well, how do I choose to look at that? And what I realized is, man, like my mom loves me so much. Like my mom was doing that because she wants me to succeed, and she just like would do anything in her power to help me and help her family and help the people that she loves and cares about. And something in myself that I really love and appreciate is my love. Like I'm so emotional. I have so much love inside of me, and I have so much love for the people I care about. I have so much love for myself, and having that level of unconditional love from my mom, from my parents growing up, like, wow. Like so many people don't have that, especially being at this event tonight and hearing all these challenging stories of Tony and other speakers and other people that I got to interact with, all the challenges that people have had from not having love from their parents. And a lot of people go out and achieve all these crazy things, huge things, a lot of times from a place of like not feeling enough. And I'm very grateful to have this feeling of unconditional love in myself because of the unconditional love that my parents gave me. So I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I appreciate you guys. And that, this is quote unquote, like, what's it called? Blaming effectively. So like you blame, it's interesting how they phrase it, but like you blame the person for the good. And it's like, Mom, thank you for showing me how to love. Thank you for showing me, thank you for just showing me the love inside myself and the love that I can have for other people, and for being there always for me. Like a memory that comes up is like whenever I was sick, like you were always there bringing me Gatorade or whatever I needed, making sure everything was good. Same thing with the homework, right? I mean, even more like just doing the homework. And it's just, it's interesting how we can create these stories in our head. And I'm very grateful to have the knowledge now to see all the beauty that came, and I appreciate my parents for that. And I appreciate Tony Robbins and all the other personal growth teachers that I've had that have helped me open my eyes and just like realize like, wow, my parents are awesome. And so whoever's watching this, maybe your situation applies with mine, or maybe it applies more with like Tony's story, where his parents like were not the ideal parents, and there were real major challenges like with alcohol, prescription drug abuse, like not having enough food to put on the table. And what is the story that you tell yourself in those situations? Like, will you be a victim forever? Will you never be the same? Do you choose to live in a lower state because of it? Or do you choose to say, well, those were the drivers for me to shift and become my ultimate strength, to create strength and courage and self-sufficiency and go out and build and help other people? And so we're able to create the belief, create the story, whatever it is, whether it was a terrible situation, or honestly for me, I'm so lucky I had such a great childhood, and I somehow for a little bit told myself shitty stories about it. I think it can go either way. And I mean, I've seen it with myself and also other people that I've grown up with great parents sometimes tell themselves shitty stories about it. So it's important that we understand that we control our own emotions.
Change your story, change your life.
Change your story, change your life, dude.
Dude, today was awesome.
Yeah, today was
Fired up, so.
Today was Tony Robbins Day. Today's fucking awesome.
$40,000.
So yeah, no, it's just a really, really beautiful thing, beautiful day. And a little silence, I always enjoy a little silent pause. There's way more. I mean, we're 15 hours today of this, so I've got so many downloads, but I think for today, leaving y'all with just understanding that whatever the story is that you tell yourself, that is going to be your life. So understand the meaning that you are drawing from anything, and understand that you have the control of the story that you tell yourself. And for me, it's just been different things, like that thing with my mom, or like as I've mentioned in my videos, like splitting up with my ex-fiance just under a year ago. And what are the stories that I tell myself about that, and why we split up, and what that looks like for my future. And so it's so beautiful when we understand the lessons, when we understand the value of it, when we have trust and become cognizant with those stories and the amount of love that releases inside. So you can take a little time, think about what stories you've been telling yourself and how you can shift that. Love you guys. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Love you, Justin. Another cool exercise. Justin and I were looking at each other's eyes today. And we're doing was it the Oponopono? You like say, you say, do you remember how it goes? I love you. No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I love you.
I love you.
I
forget.
Anyway.
It's like the
Yeah. I'll look back up and maybe I'll talk about it on a different YouTube video. Brain's pretty dead, but body and emotions feel great. Heart is full, chest is hairy. Love you guys. Love you guys. See you on the next video.